A doctor falling in love with a patient is dog bites man. But when the doctor is Jean-Martin Charcot, the teacher of both William James and Sigmund Freud, the situation looks more like man bites dog. Director Alice Vinocourt's highly honored first feature film, Augustine, explores how the famed neurologist becomes involved with a young illiterate housemaid who comes to his clinic. The filmmaker talks with Canapé about how the story tries to honor the complexity of doctor and patient and to avoid facile ideas of villain and victim.
3,000 women were kept in a hospital under the authority of Charcot, who was a very famous neurologist, and they were all women looked at, and they were observed and exhibited in front of men from high Parisian society, because what was specific about hysteria is that it was sexual fits and sexual disease. So it was this mix of medical and erotic that really kept my attention. And then I discovered the story of the real Augustine, who escaped from the hospital dressed as a man. She was the patient of Charcot, the one who was the most photographed and most exhibited. I've tried to imagine what could have happened between Charcot and Augustine, between, you know, the medical examinations and of the cameras. And so the film tells really how an object of study becomes an object of desire. What is interesting about hysteria is the way to express with your body a desire or pain that are not accepted by the society, and those women, they were suddenly their body were expressing this sexuality that was repressed in the 19th century. Most of them were maids or prostitutes. They were coming from very popular classes, and they had terrible lives. They were living in horrifying conditions, and they were raped, and it was not a problem at that time. And so suddenly, with those fits, those seizures, they had attention and they had love, and they suddenly existed. So Augustine, she was the real star of the hospital. There is this very famous quote from Lacan, which is, "Hysterics is a slave looking for a master to rule over." And it, to me, was really a program of the film, because she takes the power in the film. And she's a slave at the beginning, she's a maid, and nobody is paying attention to her when she's serving at this table. And suddenly she has this seizure, and everybody is looking at her. And in the relationship with Charcot, she takes the power.
Est-ce que vous savez ce que j'ai? Vous allez me guérir?
Messieurs, je vous souhaite la bienvenue. Je vais plonger la malade sous hypnose devant vous, sous vos yeux. Ce qui vous permettra d'observer la maladie telle que nous avons pu la trouver à l'état naturel.
Augustine?
Et moi, tu me connais?
Vous êtes Monsieur Charcot.
Vous avez entendu parler, vous, de cette Augustine? De qui parlez-vous?
De la nouvelle malade de votre mari.
Ça parle pas trop d'amour, vos livres.
Qu'est-ce que tu connais l'amour, toi?
Plein de choses.
Docteur Charcot entretient à grands frais dans son établissement modèle de la Salpêtrière un peuple de femmes nerveuses, auxquelles il inocule la folie.
Du moment que je guérisse et que je parte d'ici, je commence à en avoir assez de toutes vos expériences.
Et où tu irais? Tu veux guérir ou pas?
Vous dites toujours ça et il se passe rien.
Vous semblez contrarié.